Shabbat. You're so close.
Mayafe hayom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Mayafe hayom. Shabbat shalom. Mayafe hayom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
Good evening, Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to all you brave souls that said you're going to come out here tonight on kind of a nasty night. But we're so glad to see you and all of you who are watching. We know there's always another 100 people sitting in their warm homes watching us as well. So welcome to all of you. We're going to begin with the lighting of the candles, and what would be better than to welcome Barb up here? Nate, yeah, of course. Well, come up with, you can bring everybody up. Sure. Everybody that wants to. May the Shabbat candles that we now light inspire us to see justly and gently, to look honestly and with kindness, and to see what's holy in each other.
You got it. Come on.
I'll read this. We'll do it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
On this Shabbat evening, we lift our hearts to you, eternal God of days and years, to thank you for the precious gift of years which you've blessed, Barb. We gather together to share in the happiness of your birthday, and standing before you and surrounded by your family and also your friends, we pray that you're blessed with health and happiness. Well, Barb, may your life be filled with good and abundance of blessing. May we have joy coming together for many, many more years as we remember this occasion on your birthday, and we join together in thanksgiving. Shechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'achiyanu v'kimanu v'higiyanu b'zman hazeh.
Mazel tov. Thank you. Is Dina on?
I think so.
Dina, we're saying hello to you. I know she's in Florida, right?
She's in Maryland.
Oh, back up in Maryland. Okay, well, we want to say hello to you in Maryland, and we hope that we get to see you again soon. We turn our prayer books to page 4, the bottom of the page. Hine ma tov, how good and pleasant it is for us to be together.
And it is so wonderful that we are all here, finally all together back in person after we took a little break from gathering in person on Shabbat. So please take just a moment to say Shabbat Shalom or to introduce yourself to someone who's sitting nearby. Or you could wave from across the room if you're not close. Hine ma tov u'manayim שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לה יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב, הנה מה טוב, יאללה לה יאללה לה 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 לה. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
And on the bottom of page 8, we'll continue responsively with our family prayer. May we never take for granted the gift of Shabbat as we sit nestled in the Rocky Mountains, sharing this humble moment with family and friends. May the satisfaction of celebrating Shabbat hearten our spirits, and let Shabbat peace bring quiet to our souls. Allow this time set aside for song and prayer to bring us closer together in thoughts and deeds. Let this space we share become our place of devotion, glowing with reverence and filled with our traditions. And may the end of this week encourage us to examine our actions and look ahead toward the new week, be worthy of all of God's blessings. The top of page 8 as we welcome the angels of peace, join with the cantor, Shalom Aleichem.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, Kadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon. Mi Melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
How we've recited Psalm 121 so many times within the congregation because it just makes so much sense for us when we say we lift our eyes to the mountains. But what's now happened with the prayer is as the hostages are released, that's the prayer that they recite. Because they say, I lift my eyes to the mountains, from where does my help come? So it's really transitioned into something else. We're going to sing at the top of page 12 as we join with the cantor.
Let's have Luca and Livy and Lila and Ziva come and help us with this one.
you. Thank you. On page 16, as we travel back to the 16th century to the town of Svat, the home of the Kabbalah and mysticism, Lecha Dodi, as we welcome the Sabbath bride, page 16.
Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat likabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat likabela Lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat likabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela Shamor v'zachor v'ribor echad Hishmianu el hameyuchad Adonai echad u'shmo echad L'shemo tiferet v'litchila la 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 Lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nilcha Ki hi mikor ha'beracha Mirosh mikenem nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshevat tchila la 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 Lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela Mikdash melech ir melucha Kumitzi mitol ha'afecha Rav machshevet be'em nechavacha V'pnu yachmol alaychem la 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 Lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela
The bottom of page 18, we rise, face the rear of the sanctuary as we greet the Sabbath bride.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha u'b'tzala Toch emunei am segula Boi chala, boi chala La 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 Lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela La 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 Lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala B'nei b'nei Shabbat nikabela.
You may be seated. Psalm 92, known as the Psalm for the Sabbath day, also one of praise and thanksgiving. The top of page 21 as we continue responsively in English. It is good to give thanks to you, O Lord, to praise your name through song, to speak in the morning of your loving kindness and your faithfulness each night. The music of the lute and the harp, the melody of the lyre, I'll sing with my delight. The bottom of page 20, we join together.
Tzadik katamar yifrach ke'erez bavanon yizkeh shetulim beveit Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yenuvun beseva deshenim vera'ananim yehiu lehagid ki Yashar Adonai Su'im
Page 23, just for today, as we go back to 1921 in the Boston Globe. And Nate put out that special request that on his mom's 39th birthday, that she gets to read this responsively.
Just for
Wait,
today.
you get to hold this too.
Just for today, I will live one day only, forgetting yesterday and tomorrow, and not trying to solve the whole problem of life at once.
Just for today, I will live
I
life and death, unafraid to enjoy the beautiful and be happy. People are as happy as they make up their minds to be.
Just for today, I will adjust myself to what is, and not try to adjust everything to suit me. If I cannot have what I like, I will try to like what I have.
Just for today, I'll be agreeable, cheerful, charitable, do my best, praise people for what they can do, not criticize them for what they cannot do. And if I find fault, I'll forgive it and forget it. I'll try not to improve nor regulate anybody except myself.
Just for today, I will have a plan. I may not follow it exactly, but I have one, and it will save me from worry, hurry, and indecision.
Just for today, I'll get people off my nerves and not get on theirs. I'll appreciate them for what they do and what they are.
Just for today, I will not show it if my feelings are hurt.
Just for today, I'll find a little time for quiet, to relax, realize what life is and can be. Time to think about God and get a better perspective of myself.
Just for today, I will look at life with fresh eyes and discover the wonder of it. I will know that as I give to the world, so the world will give to me.
Thank you, and happy birthday again. Page 24, as we all rise, our call to worship, and we join together, Baruch Hu. You may be seated. The author of our prayer at the top of page 28 took the words of Moses and those of Joshua, and 3,000 years ago wrote this prayer, which is still relevant to us today, that when there's darkness, we pray that God provides protection until the sun rises in the morning. Ahavat Olam at the top of the page.
Ahavat Olam Beit Yisrael Amcha Torah u'mitzvot chukim u'mishpatim otanu lemadata al kein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokbeinu uv'kumeinu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei toratecha u'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed ki ehem chayenu ve'or נגי יומם ולילה, באהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל.
And we join together in the Shema.
Maya and Lila, would you like to lead us?
Okay.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kavod Malchutov Leolam Va'ed.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם אלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
There's so much for which we are grateful in our lives, and not just the beauty of here, but the beauty of our families that are around us. The top of page 32 as we continue responsively with gratitude, that as the sun sets slowly behind the mountains of Vail, we gather together, appreciative of the many gifts we enjoy. And this Shabbat, amidst the peacefulness of these surroundings, let us no longer focus on that which we desire, but rather upon what we already savor, the quietness of the creek and the soft mountain air. We thank you each day for health of body, mind, and spirit. Let our daily actions reflect on our gratefulness of our lives every moment with every breath. Prayers surrounded by family and friends. Let us joyfully lift our voices in song, grateful to God who has given us the blessings of Shabbat. And especially this evening, our God and God of our generations, we're grateful for new beginnings, for the bond of life that links one generation to the other. We're thankful for the blessings of family, which brings meaning, happiness to our lives as we rejoice with children and the birth of a new grandchild. May we all grow together in a family in health, strength, and harmony and in love. And Mazel Tov, just Sunday. So congratulations.
Simen Tov, Mazel Tov,
Mazel Tov, Simen Tov, Simen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simen Tov. Yehelanu, 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 Uvechal Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Uvechal Yisrael.
Simen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simen Tov, Simen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simen Tov, Simen Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Simen Tov, Yehelanu. Congratulations again. Well, on this Shabbat evening, we seek peace and comfort and shield us from hatred and destruction, all that plagues so many corners of our world, and console those in need. Hashkivenu at the top of page 34. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, Nehomidenu Malkeinu Lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, Nehomidenu Malkeinu Lechaim. Ushmor Tzveiteinu, Uvoeinu, Lechaim Ushalom, Me'ata ve'ad olam. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, Nehomidenu Malkeinu Lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, Nehomidenu Malkeinu Lechaim.
And taken from the book of Exodus, in 6 days the Lord created the heavens and the earth. The seventh day he ceased from his work and rested. Page 36, we join together, Vishamru.
Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת שבת תהי נפש שבת שבת תהי נפש שבת שבת תהי נפש.
The Birkat HaGomel prayer is recited usually after a near-death experience, that you say it and you thank God for your still being alive and with your family. And this is also after being a captive. We never thought that it would be as relevant as it is today. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, hagomel lecha yavim tovot, sheg gimalani kol tov. May God, who has bestowed kindness upon us, continue to bestow every goodness upon each of us and restore us all to health. The top of page 38, Misha Berach.
Misha Berach Avoteinu Mekor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen.
We offer blessings for healing to Gail Balin, Sue Beiser, Dennis Deutsch, Carol Ann Finn, Jane Friedman, and Deborah Goldman, Cindy Goldman, Mark Grodlowski, Lori Hellman, Mike Herman, Ra'ea Ivri, Donald Jaffe, Harriet Jaffe, and Mary Sue Katz, Herman Keek, Renee Myers, Stephen Reese, Chip Ruth, Roberta Scheller, Sam Schwartz, Johnny Siegel, Bill Silvers, B. Sklarowitz, Dina Stempler, Maury Strauss, Stephen Wheel, and Mickey Winokur. If there's anyone else. Thank you.
Mishaberach imotenu mekor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Page 40, we rise and continue with the Reader's Kaddish.
Yitkada ve'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Be'alma divra kirutei ve'amlich malchutei.
V'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayedecho Beit Yisrael Bagala uv'izman kariv.
Ve'imru.
Amen. Yesh me'rabam mevarach le'alam elameho maya yitbarach.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach. V'yitpa'ar v'yitroma v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaler v'yitalal. Shemei d'kudsha.
Brechu.
Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata.
Tushbechata v'nechemata damiran bialmam.
Ve'imru.
Amen. Eternal God, open my lips that my mouth may declare your glory. Page 42 at the top of the page, and then silently through page 57.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agitei latecha. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agitei latecha.
You may be seated when you've completed the Amidah. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable unto you, O God. The middle of page 56, Yula Ratzon.
Yehiyu leratzon imrefi behegyon libi lefanecha Adonai Suri Vegali Suri Vegali Yehiyu leratzon imrefi Behegyon
Well, did you ever remember taking a course in school or in college and you wonder, when in the world am I ever going to need that? And why am I taking this course? When my Bible studies class in rabbinical school, it was a very long time ago, we were studying in the text of the book of Genesis, and we came across just a couple words. It said, Ma'aseh avot siman labanim. What happens to the parents is revisited upon the children. Now in the class, we spent the entire day just studying these 4 words and finding out where else it was studied. It means the deeds of our forefathers serves as a compass for their children. And I still didn't understand what this verse meant actually until now. The words are recited twice in the Torah, and they actually refer to what's currently going on in the war in Israel. In the Torah, we read a story how Sarah is kidnapped, and yes, that's Abraham's Sarah, and she's held against her will in Pharaoh's palace. And this is already so similar to the kidnapping and those held against their will today in Gaza. Story number 2, Lot, which was Abraham's nephew. He was an innocent civilian who was stolen away from his home, along with hundreds of other villagers as part of the war. And he wasn't even a combatant, just someone living in his home. So does this sound like history repeating itself? Ma'aseh avot siman labanim. What happens to the parents is revisited upon the children. And our only answer by the rabbis was, we hope so. Now, I didn't understand that, but bear with me. If history was to repeat itself, the end of this Torah story is considerably more reassuring as the beginning of the heart-wrenching and the dreadful that we experienced. So when Sarah is kidnapped, God sends plagues upon Pharaoh. All is good, and the entire household of Pharaoh and those are lost. When Lot and his neighbors are kidnapped, despite Lot had very shady morals, Abraham still loved Lot like a son. The rabbis explain, and the explanation that they give is never brief, that in the 60 years that Abraham lived side by side with Canaanite neighbors, he saw that they lacked a little level of menschlichkeit, which is translated as humanity. They go on to explain, you see, Abraham's nephew Lot, he was taken captive. He was taken a hostage in the war, and an escaped hostage from the war comes and he tells Abraham, Lot, hope you're still following me, Lot was kidnapped and he's being carried off by his captors. So how did Abraham respond? He immediately girded his sword to his loin and he takes 318 members of his household, struck out against the enemy that had kidnapped Lot and the others living in Sodom. Well, we know that there's numerous war refugees, just like the man who had informed Abraham of Lot's capture. But the Torah mentions that even the king of Sodom, who escaped, as did others, the question begs to ask, why didn't any of these people, why didn't any of these refugees who had escaped join the efforts with Abraham to rescue all the other captives and their own people? Why was Abraham the only one who struck out to try to save the innocent victims, the hostages of war? The rabbis say, they don't use the Yiddish, but it works, they had no menschlichkeit. They could care less about their own people. It sounds a little bit too familiar. A people who has no humanity, no menschlichkeit, cannot truly be called a member of society. Now, Abraham, he musters the army, he brings together 318 of his followers, he counterattacks, he's greatly outnumbered, destroys the enemy, and frees all the hostages, while everyone else stood by and watched. Abraham was fighting, we read, to make the world a better place even when others would not. And that's why we say, Ma'aseh avot siman labanim. What happens to parents is revisited upon their children. And we answer to the question is, and we hope so. We hope so that just as what happened turned out in the past, turns out just as well today. We hope that what's happening now will be revisited upon us. That just the ending was with our forefathers turned out well, so too is that our prayer would happen for all of us today. But it's similar to what Gunther, he was the widely regarded, most influential writer, German writer of the 19th century. He said, "Let everyone sweep what is in front of their own door, and the whole world will become clean." Well, if everyone were to act like a mensch, the whole world would be a holy place. And I think it's time for us to emulate Abraham, and each of us has a job to do. We must continue to stand with Israel, fight for the release of those captive family members. And these stories from the Torah should inspire us. Yes, a great tragedy happened to the Jewish people. This is just 50 days ago, that innocent brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, children, babies were massacred. And our hearts and souls cry out for them. But just like the story in Abraham, where Sarah and the hostages returned to their families from their captivity, we have to think, well, let us sweep in front of our own door and ask our neighbors to do the same, and we could bring home the rest of the hostages. Amen. I'm not sure if any of you could have tolerated Bible classes like that for so many years, where we take 4 words and just study. But we have something incredibly important coming up on Monday night, and this is not just for all of you, but for everyone who's watching. And we're asking the question, how would you respond to anti-Semitism on campus in the high schools and colleges? And we've gotten a lot of calls, and it's been asked all the time. How can you, as a college student or a parent, grandparent, if someone asks you, what do you think we should do? How do you respond both emotionally and physically to what's happening on the campus? So we have an evening Zoom seminar on Monday night. It's this coming Monday, 6 o'clock Mountain Time. It's really simple. You go to, thank you, Seth, for setting this up, newmanzoom.com. I wouldn't know how to do that. During the 1-hour session, Janet and my daughter Emily set up 2 licensed clinical therapists, a marriage family counselor, and to top it off, we have 1 Navy SEAL who's going to address the importance of 4 things. The first is, how do you soothe yourself in a crisis? How do you regulate your physical and your emotional state so you can solve a problem of the situation? While you're in the moment, what skills do you need that will help you and help others that are around you? Secondly, you have to be able to, how do you handle the fear, the anxiety, sadness, and even anger? How can you put your emotions aside and then make good choices? Next, what are some positive, and this is tough, positive, safe ways to affirm your Jewish identity? Not just Monday night, but we'll be talking about that again. And finally, advice from our Navy SEAL, my son-in-law, maintaining your situational awareness. What do you do to keep yourself safe? What are you not thinking about? How do you avoid putting yourself in a bad situation? And we're going to talk about that, and it's not everything that you know and just take for granted, but that can keep you safe. Well, we're also offering for any B'nai Vail high school, college student who's experiencing anxiety or difficulties related to all these anti-Semitic protests and acts of hate on and off campus. If you wanted also, you could then contact me, and we're offering 3 private resilience coaching programs with these same individuals. And this would be private, and it's also HIPAA compliant, so it's all very, very private and nothing is seen online. So remember, Monday night, 6 o'clock Mountain Time. If you're in California, what time is that? Thank you. 5 o'clock. So we're not going to do all this math stuff, but please join us Monday night, 6 o'clock, newmanzoom.com. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And you have going on tomorrow night something amazing.
Tomorrow night, I'm so excited. I'm going to be at the Eagle Library. They invited me to go there and to do a whole program on Hanukkah for the community. And so we're going to be reading and singing songs and learning some games. And so I hope that you will bring your friends. It's not intended explicitly for a Jewish audience. It's meant to introduce Hanukkah to the community. So if you know anyone that you think would like to learn more, please send them my way. And then we're so excited for every single night of Hanukkah.
It's coming. Hard to believe, but it is next week. So we'll be at the Covered Bridge, 5 o'clock every night at the Covered Bridge. The Hanukkah menorah is already there waiting for us. And if you want to come at 4:30, go into Loaded Joe's and we'll have coffee, cocoa,
hot chocolate, cider.
hot chocolate, everything that you'd like to have. It would be wonderful. It's always really cold, so dress up for that one. Yes. Yes. No, we're not allowed to record it, just for security purposes and stuff. Janet's going to record it, but we're not. But then we can give it to you privately. But it's not going to be just on YouTube for everybody to see. So thank you, Seth, again. NewmanZoom.com. Mazel Tov. The baby's name again? Selma. Selma Marjorie. Beautiful. And what do they call you both? What do the grandchildren call you? Sadie and Bubby. It doesn't get better. Mazel Tov on your 39th birthday. It's wonderful. You and Jack Benny. It's great. And Dina, I know you're out there in Maryland. Thank you again. It's wonderful. And to the Groblowskis and everybody else. And Janet's there with her mother and the whole crew out in California. And thank you for setting all this up and for taking care of all those people. We're going to return to page 60 in our prayer books. Join together, Aleinu, as we all rise.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula le'otzer bereshit, shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, ve'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, shelo sam chalkeinu kahem, ve'goraleinu kechol hamonam, v'anachnu korim, u'mishtachavim u'modim, lifnei melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, Lemelech al kol ha'aretz, Bayom ha'hu, Yeh Adonai echad, U'shemo echad.
At this moment, in memory of our loved ones who are no longer with us, we join hands in love and remembrance. A link has been broken in the chain that bound us together, yet strong bonds of home and love hold us one to another. In solemn testimony to that unbroken faith which links the generations one to another, we call to mind those whose yahrzeit we observe this month. Doris Allen, Harry Baker, Sybil Carsley, Rachel Cohen, Max Cohen, Inyad Dinkin, Irving Dushman, Lynn Egert, David Azursky, Henry Feldman, Milton Finkelstein, Seymour Fleischer, Samuel Galperin, Dora Gardner, Lillian Gelfand, Bernie Gerson, Stanley Goldberg, Carol Goldberg, Benny Abraham Groblowski, Roger Gulperin, Sally Herman, Sarah Huckman, Jeanette Hopmeyer, Selma Horowitz, Eunice Janko, Esther Kahn, Sadie Kaufman, Bob Krasnow, Gerald Kushner, Adolf Lebzelter, Jerry Lehman, Norman Levin, Alma Levine, Marilyn Levitt, Eleanor Marks, Alan Minsky, Joanne Morrison, Marvin Nelson, Alexis Nickerman, Jack Numeroff, Gerald Olch, Frank Papish, Rosalie Presser-Famelent, Leonard Rudolph, Burton Schiff, Carol Shapiro, Jane Perry Skolnick, Ann Solomon, Arlene Stein, Pearl Sutton, Bruce Winokur, Augusta Whitman, Dorothea Wolf, and Sam Zelensky. Also, our sincerest condolences to the family of William Bilder, who passed away last week, and to the family of Ann Sheldon, who passed away just 2 weeks ago, and to all the Israelis, soldiers, and families that we have lost this past month. If there's anyone else observing Yahrzeit this month. 2 weeks ago. The Mourner's Kaddish can be found in our prayer books on page 64, and those who wish may join with us as we say, Yitzgadal v'yitzgadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, v'agalav izman kari v'imramein, Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach leolam u'meomaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudesha brichu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran v'yalma v'imramein. Yehei shlomo rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imramein. Oseh shalom b'imramav, uyaseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imor amen. May be seated. Again, for so many other announcements, and we have a lot of other Zoom meetings and educational and spiritual moments, check your newsletter. If you're not receiving the newsletter, let us know so you can receive it. There's almost too much that we would possibly want to announce. And welcome back. It's been forever.
It feels like it has been
I know.
forever.
I didn't even recognize you.
I was in Florida for Thanksgiving.
And also for those weeks that we were off after
And then
the
we
holidays.
were also off for 4 weeks before that, so it's been a while.
It's been a while, but it's good to have all of us back and all of you with us. Drive home safely and carefully and slowly. Adon Olam, I can't even imagine what you choose after all this time.
I'm choosing an Adon Olam melody tonight.
Okay.
Believe it or not.
Page 66.
Adon Olam
Asher
asher malach b'terem kol yitzir nivra le'ed nasa b'chesed kol azay melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kichlot hakol levado yimloch nora ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh ve'hu yiyeh בתפארה והוא אחד ואין שני להמשילו להכבירה בלי ראשית בלי תכלית בלא העוז והמשרה והוא אלי וחי גואלי בצור חבלי בעת צרה והוא ניסי ומנוס לי מנת כוסי ביום אקרא בידו אבקיד רוחי בעת תישן ויעירה ועם רוחי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא אירא.
We rise for a closing blessing. Adonai oz li'amo yitain, Adonai varech et amo v'shalom. May the Lord grant strength into his people and bless all peoples with peace.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen chaim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon.
Shabbat shalom. All right, thank you. Safe drive home, huh?
Bim bam,
I
bim
know.
bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bim. There's challah and grape juice in the back. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat 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 shalom.